Hello everyone. Today we are going to understand a very important topic from biology class 10th, how glucose is broken down in our body to release energy. Okay, so this will be a very interesting topic that I have chosen, and today I will explain this to you guys in a very simple way. Have you ever wonderful how our body gets energy to walk, run, or even think? The answer is glucose. First, let's understand the basic idea. You can see that this is glucose. So, glucose is a six carbon molecules. It is just a six carbon molecules. Okay, inside our cell, what happen is that this glucose, this glucose uh, is broken down step by step to release energy. Okay, this whole process is called cellular respiration. The first step happens in the cytoplasm of the cell. Here glucose breaks down into a three carbon molecule called pyruvate. You can see this glucose is converted or breaks down into these three carbon molecules, that is pyruvate, called pyruvate, in the cytoplasm of the cell. So this glucose breaks down into three carbon molecules in the cytoplasm of the cell. Okay, concept clear? Now what happened is that the three pathways of pyruvate, this pyruvate na, there are three pathways. You can see in the absence of O2, lack of oxygen, and presence of your O2. Okay, presence of your O2. So the three pathway of pyruvate, I'm going to explain this to you. Okay, now this pyruvate can follow the different pathways depending on the availability of the O2. कितना ज़्यादा O2 है ना, किसी में अगर कम O2 है, फॉर एग्जांपल इन आवर मसल्स यू कैन सी लैक ऑफ ऑक्सीजन, और कभी कभी लाइक इन ईस्ट ना, व्हाट हैपन, देयर इज नो ऑक्सीजन, थोड़ा अमाउंट के लिए भी ऑक्सीजन नहीं है ना. उसके बाद में इन माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया, in the presence of O2, the process continues in the mitochondria of our cell ना, where carbon dioxide, water and energy is released. ये तीनों का ही बारे में अभी हम डिटेल में बोलने जा रहा हूँ. So first is in the presence of O2, that is O2, sorry, carbon oxygen. So what happen is that if O2 is available, यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हैं किस प्रकार से O2 जो है प्रेजेंस है ना. इफ O2 इज अवेलेबल, क्या होगा, द प्रोसेस कंटिन्यूज इन द माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया. यू कैन सी इन माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया द प्रोसेस विल कंटिन्यू इन माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया. ओके, नाउ पायरुवेट जो कि ग्लूकोज से, देखिए ग्लूकोज पायरुवेट में कन्वर्ट हुआ, ब्रेक्स डाउन हुआ, जो कि पायरुवेट थ्री कार्बन मॉलिक्यूल से. ये पायरुवेट हमारे माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया में, हमारे सेल का जो माइटोकॉन्ड्रिया है वहां पर इन द प्रेजेंस ऑफ O2 क्या होगा, इज डेट पायरुवेट ब्रेक्स डाउन कंप्लीटली इनटू, यहां पर देख सकते हैं कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड प्लस वाटर, दैट इज H2O एंड एनर्जी. And you know what, a large amount of energy is released in mitochondria in the presence of O2. Okay, so this is the first concept. And remember one thing is that in the presence of O2, when pyruvate converted or breaks down into when pyruvate completely breaks down into CO2 and water. So this process is called, or this is called aerobic respiration. Okay, this is called aerobic respiration. It gives the maximum energy, okay, to perform the various kind of life processes like nutrition, uh, respiration, uh, and transportation, circulation, excretion, etc. Okay, now the next thing is lack of oxygen. You can see lack of oxygen in the muscle cells. So what happen na, during if there is less oxygen, like during heavy exercise or intense exercise, what happen, you can see this pyruvate. What is pyruvate? It is just a three carbon molecules which is formed due to the breakdown of glucose in the cytoplasm. Okay, so when this pyruvate na, When this pyruvate is converted into lactic acid, when this pyruvate is converted into lactic acid, some energy is released in the muscle cells. Remember, it takes place in the muscle cells of our body. Okay, so remember one thing is that the accumulation of lactic acid causes muscle cramps. Okay, and in the lack of oxygen, what happened? The pyruvate converted into or breaks down into lactic acid plus energy. Okay, that's it. Next, in the absence of O2, in the absence of O2, what happened? If there is no O2, okay, like in organism like yeast, na, what happen? Pyruvate, which is a three carbon molecules, is converted into ethanol. You can see here, ethanol, na, ethanol plus carbon dioxide plus energy, they and energy is released. This process is called fermentation. Remember, this process is called fermentation. In the absence of O2, when pyruvate converted into ethanol, carbon dioxide, energy, this process is actually called fermentation. Okay, now some important point that I want to tell you is that about ATP. What is ATP? ATP stands for adenosine triphosphate, three group of phosphate. Okay, the energy released during this process is stored in the in a molecules called ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Okay, concept clear? ATP stands for adenosine triphosphate, and it is also known as your energy currency of the cell. It is used to perform all activities in our body. So that's how our body smartly produce, that's how our body smartly produce energy depending on O2 availability. If you found this explanation helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe for more simple biology concept. Thank you for watching. Thank you. My name is Gautam Barak. I'm a student of class 10th. Okay, with this, thank you so much.